Within 1 year, over 1 million construction and engineering projects begin operation with the aim of building a structure that can provide potential for accommodations, businesses, churches, or even tourist attractions. But within that group of 1 million comes the projects that experience various forms of blockage that include limited understanding, holes in the organizational policy, bankruptcy, recessions, conflicts, and just plain negative reception by the surrounding community, resulting in projects only being adapted on blueprints or white prints, or to be abandoned in any stage of construction. Even if the structures aren't completed, they can still build a reputation as an iconic piece of architecture due to their backstory, record, unique design, or its unintentional present usage, as these top 5 examples of uncompleted structures will show you why half the effort will make so much of a difference. During the year of 1975, a construction operation had just begun in Poland's second largest city, Krakow, where an office tower was planned to be established as a regional office block for the main technical organization, or MTO. After 6 years of progress, construction on the office tower was put onto a permanent halt as political and economic unrest hit Poland, leaving only a 302 feet high skeletal shell as a result of an unfinished office tower. But with its height, it's classified as the tallest building in Krakow. After several years since the project's cancellation, the tower would soon find attention among the residents of Krakow, with the tower shell resembling a skeleton structure, which was the reason why it earned its nickname Skeletor, referencing the arch-villain Skeletor from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which was popular in Poland at the time. To this day, Skeletor is now being used as a billboard for giant advertisement boards, but rumors are said that plans for continuing construction on the tower could be possible, although legal status of the land has boycotted any further progress. Intended to be displayed as the entrance arch during the 1889 World's Fair located in Paris and scheduled for demolition within 20 years, the Eiffel Tower instantly became one of France's most notable architectural symbols, generating large numbers of tourists all across the globe. As France continued to gain more international attention, neighbouring nation England aimed to interpret France's successful method in order to construct their own tourist-based iron lattice tower in the proposed location of Wembley Park, London. This engineering project was managed by British Member of Parliament and railway entrepreneur Sir Edward Watkin, remarked for being an ambitious visionary. Over 60 entries were submitted for the project's architectural design competition held in 1890, with entry 37 being approved as the opposed design. Construction commenced in 1891, and as 3 years passed, financial issues and Watkins' sudden retirement by poor health resulted in a major setback in the tower's completion. However, this fault didn't stop the attendance of over 12,000 visitors during the official opening of the Wembley Park in May 1894, where visitors could encounter a bird's-eye view of the park from the 47 meters or 154 feet high completed first stage. During the next final years of the Watkins Tower's existence, or what could have been, it would soon be revealed that the foundation was unbalanced as stress was put upon the reduced legs. Funding for the selected construction company quickly decreased to nothing, causing a period of voluntary liquidation in 1899, and a life-threatening illness not only ended Edward Watkins' life in 1901, but made a cease in construction for good. The first and only completed stage would undergo an operation of demolition by dynamite between 1904 to 1907. If the tower did meet its completion date, it would have featured 2 observation decks that would include restaurants, theatres, dancing rooms, and exhibitions. Other proposed plans highlighted were winter gardens, Turkish baths, and a 90-bedroom hotel. It was also proposed that Watkins Tower would stand at a staggering height of 1,200 foot or 366 meters, making it 5.8 meters or 150 feet taller than the Eiffel Tower, which was 312.2 meters or 1,024 feet during the time period. Poverty, dictation, and hypocrisy are just some of the words that symbolize the northeastern Asian nation of North Korea. Since its establishment in 1948, it has been believed that only a handful of people have ever managed to enter and leave the country, with the majority describing their experience as sinister and eerily surreal. As the enormous amount of elements consistently builds against this foreign-hating society, it would be out of the question to propose an ambitious scheme in any form. But prior to the 1988 Summer Olympics, located in the South Korean capital of Seoul, North Korea dared to do just that by developing a 105-story pyramid-shaped hotel titled Ryugyong Hotel, reference to one of the historical names for Pyongyang, capital of willows. The hotel's intended completion date was during the 13th World Festival of Youth and Students in June 1989. Had it been established on schedule, it would have held the title of world's tallest hotel and furthermore the 7th tallest building in the world. Immediate faults surfaced in early stages of development, resulting in a 3-year delay. By 1992, the hotel reached its completion height of 330.2 meters or 1,082.7 feet. And with the beginning of the economic crisis of North Korea caused by the fall of the Soviet Union, all future construction process was suspended, leaving a somewhat embarrassing reminder of how economic downfall can contribute to negative consequences on a nation determined to build more chemical weapons than to end the frequent food shortage for its own poor citizens. Following the next 16 years, no activities appeared present on the half-done construction site until April 2008, where work on the hotel resumed via the Egyptian company Orascom Group, whom pursued to arrange a US $400 million deal with the North Korean government to build and operate a 3G mobile network. By July 2011, it was announced that the exterior work was complete, and for the ever first time, the images of the hotel's interior taken by Koro tours surfaced on the internet. An obvious lack of furnishing and fixtures is shown in these images, indicating more construction is yet to be completed for the interior. Presently, Ryugyong Hotel has received a partial opening by hotel operator Kempinski, with a large section of the interior still needing renovation. No other announcements or reports have been released out of North Korea since mid-2013. At first glance, this would appear as your typical Victorian-era built home, but this 24,000 square feet San Jose's California mansion has held a gloomy backstory for over 130 years, and unlike the rest of the entries on this list, the Winchester Mystery Home had no proposed completion date. Formerly used as personal residence for Sarah Pardee Winchester, whom obtained half ownership of the Winchester Rifles fortune and an income of $1,000 a day after the death of her several-week-old daughter Annie Pardee Winchester and 43-year-old husband William Winchester. Depression quickly overcame her in this period of her life until she encountered a Boston medium named Adam Coons, who warned Sarah of a curse that plagued her bloodline. This curse was supposedly revenged by the spirits of those killed by the Winchester Rifles, and the only method of protecting herself from these spirits was to purchase and construct a home until the day of her death. Sarah would commit the remainder of her life to this warning, beginning by traveling west to California, where she would purchase an 8-room farmhouse from farmer John Ham. Construction for the house began directly after the property's purchase in 1884. With the assistance of 13 carpenters, laboured 24 hours a day and a budget of $5.5 million. That one farmhouse developed into an extensive 7-story mansion. Unfortunately, the stunning design of this house was later reduced to only 4 stories when the infamous 1986 San Francisco earthquake struck California at a magnitude of 7.8. Even at the height of 4 stories, the mansion still provides a surprising total of 160 rooms, 40 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, 6 kitchens, 2 basements, 1 shower, 10,000 windows, 2,000 stairs, 47 fireplaces, and 17 chimneys. Not only does the number of rooms and materials of the house give a sense of surrealism, but many of the architectural features appear obviously offbeat, such as staircases descending and instantly ascending, doors which open into walls, windows which open into walls, entrances that lead to nowhere, staircases leading into a dead end, and one staircase that leads to the roof. Full name being Basilica y Templo Expectore de la Sagrada Familia, English for Basilica and Expectory Church of the Holy Family, is a name that declares an obvious challenge for most people to pronounce, while on the other hand, when roaming the streets of Barcelona, it will be less of a challenge to come across the 170-meter Spanish late Gothic designed Roman Catholic cathedral. Its accuracy in detail and ambitious concept of holding a capacity of over 9,300 people has generated the attention of over millions of tourists every year. UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, whom declared the church one of 44 World Heritage listed sites in Spain, and even saw a visit from Pope Benedict XVI, who acknowledged it as an infrastructure of basilica. It may be known as one of the most notable international architectural identities upon the globe, but Sagrada Familia hasn't even met its intended completion date, which is planned to be more than a decade from now. Intentions were to develop a standard form Gothic Revival design cathedral, sketched and proposed by Spanish architect Francisco de Paula del Villa y Lezeno, for a commission urged from bookseller Joseph Maria Bacobella, after being highly inspired by the layout of the Vatican while travelling across Italy. Work commenced on the 19th of March 1882 during the Festival of St. Joseph. Progress proved to be consistently sluggish within the 1-year progress, until Villa's resignation on the 18th of March 1883, several months after the completion of the Apes Creep, with the position of architect-director being replaced in 1884 by Spanish-Catalan architect Antoni Gaudí. Once in position, Gaudí immediately enforced drastic changes on the structure's design to what it's recognized today, and attempted to apply more methods onto construction to boost progress. Gaudí supported the project with much determination on completing it, so he could see for himself the masterpiece he adapted from sketch into reality. But that event was never meant to be, as on the 10th of June 1926, Gaudí died at the age of 73 from a freak accident, when an oncoming tram hit him while on his daily morning walk. Unlike other construction and engineering projects that are commonly met with the horrific fate of permanent halt in progress, it was the overwhelming support of other contributing architects and donations from millions of tourists that helped see a guaranteed chance of completion by 2026, the centennial of Gaudí's death.